Hey, Steve Zook here. Welcome back to polkzoo channel. Hey, I'm showing this really nice LH 650. This is unplugged, by the way. This is with half and halves, like half flat, half wound, and it sounds this good. This is an all-solid hand-carved guitar. It's got really beautiful flame maple back and sides, and it's violin voice top, which means it's a carved top, but violin voice to be more resonant, have better overtones, and just speak and have more of a musical voice with really nice natural woody reverb. This is a lot of guitar. I can go $13.49 on this one. That's with a discount. These don't come anymore with a case, but I'll throw in one of the $149 featherweight cases that are really nice. They're made with a very high density. I forget what they call it. It's a very strong. It's like a super deluxe hard gig bag, but it's actually made with a very strong. I think they call it high density foam or something. It's very sturdy, and it has the Loar stitched on it with beautiful kind of silver lettering. It's really nice. But I'll throw one of those in. It says the Loar stitched. They're really nice, but they don't come with it anymore. But anyway, this is a lot of guitar. Hey, as long as I'm doing this, let's do cycle one, and it's getting to be the end of the year. If you want to really reach your musical goals, which is really what it's all about, you ask any great musician, even people like Eric Johnson, it's about constant learning, and it becomes more joyful when you look at it that way too. But if you'd like to discover your own musical thoughts, you'd like to discover your own musical ideas, if you'd like to discover your own musical point of view, the Guitar Ladder system is the way to go. It's 240 studies, video and chart for each study. I do not send all of it at once. It's not effective that way. And we do a little bit at a time, so we seed the subconscious mind, and those seeds sprout, and all of a sudden you'll just start coming up with stuff. You have no idea where it came from, but you're feeding your musical ear. You're feeding your subconscious, a very powerful subconscious mind. And my system, by the way, cooperates with the science of neuroplasticity in the way that I've discovered this way. I fell into this before I realized that it was very much in cooperation with the way the subconscious mind learns best. There's a way to approach learning where your subconscious mind can just take a quantum leap. And later I discovered that the science of neuroplasticity is right along with the way that I teach. Anyway, here's cycle one in the Guitar Ladder system. Let's get this a little closer. And this guitar really it almost sounds like it's plugged in. Let's shift this a little bit so you can see the next part. Okay, so that's cycle one in the Guitar Ladder system. Let's do it again. And then cycle one with the shading, or sometimes I call it cycle two, is when we introduce the major 13 flat 5. Isn't that nice? Throw it in here again. Throw it in here. But folks, yeah, if you input the right information, my Guitar Ladder system actually teaches 10 different systems of improvisation in a very organic, simple to absorb way, to where you don't need to shove it into the left brain, which is very slow. Your mind is so powerful, and your subconscious mind is so powerful. If we approach it the right way, you can really take a quantum leap. It'll be the best $199 you've ever spent. My suggestion is just go to stevesguitars.com and invest some $199. I'm going to give you, for new customers, a whole year guarantee. Try it for a year. If you don't agree, you've made a quantum leap and you've really opened up a lot. I'll give you your money back. But this really works, folks. My suggestion is follow your hunch, follow your intuition. Just go to stevesguitars.com. Feel great about it. Feel great about ordering this system, because it's $199 well spent. It's thousands of dollars of great information for only $199. One more time, cycle 2. Now here's with the subs, or the shading. Hear that shading? That minor 7 to the 3rd. And when you find something that works, you kind of milk it. See, now I'm making a whole cycle out of the minor 7 to the major 13 flat 5, using that common tone. Hear that? That common tone. I may want to go to a 9th chord. You'll find as you do the guitar ladder system, you'll be working one of my studies, and all of a sudden you just want to go somewhere else. So I say don't fight that, just do it. And it takes a little bit of time for this to kind of roll around your subconscious mind and get the results. But according to the science of neuroplasticity, it's best if you don't focus on results and you don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. You just do the work. That they've proven that through the science of neuroplasticity, if you approach learning more from a joyful, kind of exploratory fashion, your subconscious mind actually has a save switch and an open switch. It just blows me away. But that explains a lot about why some of my guitar students have gone from a certain level of playing, and then in 6 months act like they've been working with me for 3 years. It means it's really unbelievable. That's when I really discovered I really had something special. So anyway, one more time on cycle 1. And like I said, you can go to stevesguitars.com, order the guitar ladder system. It's thousands of dollars of information for only $199. I spoon feed you a little bit at a time, but if something's resonating with you, or you feel like you're in a box, you feel like you're not, it takes a lot of honesty, by the way, too, to admit that you want more growth on guitar. But nothing feels better than to move forward and grow and evolve and unfold and discover your own musical identity. I mean, the guitar ladder system is really about self-discovery, and it is. This is heavy, folks. It becomes a spiritual, music, and writing music and discovering your own musical voice, your own musical point of view is a spiritual experience. You're learning to be receptive of ideas from the universe and your own subconscious mind. It's a very, very fulfilling experience. It'll make you happy. So, if something's resonating with you here and you just love music, you just love guitars, but you feel like you want to get a little bit more out of it, you feel like you want to make progress quicker and deeper, go to stevesguitars.com. Don't fight yourself. Just, pull out your debit card, credit card, order the guitar ladder system. It's only $199. It's thousands of dollars of information for $199, and it's going to work for you, and you're going to make some explosive growth. And I look forward to using you as a testimonial down the road. So here's cycle 1 one more time. This exact 650, by the way, which is all solid hand-carved wood, is available. With me, you don't just get one. That's why so many people buy Loars from me. They like the fact that it's one that I've had and that I play, and that I don't play them a lot, but I play them a little bit. I get to know them, and the ones that I have are really good. Now I'm going to add that major 13 flat 5. So it's really about self-exploration. It's about self-discovery. But most people just don't spend, if you even just spend 45 minutes a day inputting musical ideas into your head, like my guitar studies, that's a different one. I've got 240 of these, and each one teaches a little something. And just by the way, if you're only stuck in diatonic harmony, you're really limiting yourself. And also, if you're thinking about everything that you're playing, you're really limiting yourself. You need to input information into your subconscious mind, feed your musical ear, discover your own musical ideas, and that's exactly what the guitar ladder system can do for you. It can shave years and years and years off your progress. This is not bullshit, folks. I've witnessed scary growth in students, which is what motivated me to finally put this program together, which I've been working on for 35, 40 years. I studied with Joe Pass when I was young and asked him questions and showed. I was even starting to evolve my system back then. I took a couple lessons from Ted Green. I showed him some of my material. He loved it, and we really had fun playing music for each other and sharing, and he had a great sense of humor. A lot of great musicians around LA, no matter how great they were, took a couple lessons from Ted. It was really cool. But anyway, if you really want to grow, I'd suggest it, because nothing feels better than to discover your own musical point of view. So one more time, cycle one. So just go to stevesguitars.com. Don't fight yourself. Order it. Invest the $199. It's thousands of dollars of high quality material for only $199. You're going to love it. You're going to love how you feel. You're going to love when you begin to discover your own musical ideas on the guitar. Nothing feels better. By the way, on cycle one, you can also put the diminished in like that. At that point, you could add the major 13 flat 5s, start siphoning those, go to minor 9 to major 13 flat 5 to 9 to major 13 flat 5, minor 7, inversion, 13 flat 9, gypsy scale. But if you really want some real growth on guitar, folks, if you really want to grow on guitar and take a quantum leap, and this is not sales bullshit or fluff, it really works. I've sold over 8,500 courses. I don't send it all at once. It's not effective that way. But maybe a good New Year's resolution is that you're going to invest a little bit more in your playing, because guitar is the easiest thing just to mess around on and have fun and tell yourself everything I do sounds great. But the real progress comes from realizing, gosh, maybe I need a little direction. Maybe I need to feed my musical ear a little bit more. And by the way, the Guitar Ladder course is not a jazz guitar course. Will it help you play better jazz? Hell yes. It will help you just take a quantum leap in improvisation in jazz. But I kind of go with like what Bruce Lee used to say. He said at one point he transcended styles. It's all just martial arts. Kind of the same thing with music. It's all just music. Sure, you tend to use certain harmonic implications and stylistic articulations more for certain styles, but you'll actually learn how to compose and understand many forms of music if you go through the Guitar Ladder system. And if you love jazz and you want to play chord melody and you want to have a little more unique approach and not be so predictable and have interesting parts in between, chords and whatnot, that the Guitar Ladder system is a must-have. It's I've had people drive, I'm not trying to brag, but I've had people drive over 200 miles to take lessons from me for $100 a lesson, but the Guitar Ladder system is 240 lessons. It's really a massive value, but I have it priced at a really reasonable price so that people can enjoy it and get a great benefit from it. Nothing makes me feel better when I get these emails in the mail just saying people are just so happy that they're expanding much quicker than they thought. Again, it's a paradox. You don't want to watch the water boil. You don't want to focus on results and expansion. Like I said again, the science of neuroplasticity says that you actually do better. Your brain has an open switch and a save switch. When you don't focus on results, you just focus more on being happy and joyful and positive and do the studies. And this guitar is available. I'll go $13.49. I'll throw in a $150. It's called a featherweight case. It's really strong. It's not even fair to call it a gig bag because it's strong. I forget what they call that high density foam or whatever, but it's hard. Like if you push on one of these cases, it's hard. It gives the guitar a lot of protection. And it's got the Loar embroidered in kind of a silvery color. It looks really cool. I'll throw one of those in for free. This guitar does not come anymore with a case. It's $700. I have a nice $700 too. It comes with a case. But anyway, this guitar is available. As you can tell, it just sounds really beautiful. I've had people email me saying, wow, they think maybe this guitar is plugged in when it's not. That's a nice chord. That's a bi chord. It's a minor 7 and a major 9. right, folks, take care. If you're feeling something, if you're feeling the hunch, if you're feeling an urge, if you're feeling an intuitive pull towards the guitar ladder system, invest the $199. I'm going to give new customers a whole year money back guarantee. I want you to work it for a year, and at the end of the year, if you don't agree, you've made some super, super growth, I'll refund every penny. You will make the growth, though it really works. So my suggestion is don't fight it if something is kind of resonating. A lot of people tell me that they'll just be like sleeping or something, and they'll just get like an urge to invest in the guitar ladder system. Or I've even had people say they've had dreams where they've all of a sudden come across a guitar teacher. I'm not kidding. I had one guy said he actually like saw me in a dream, and I'm suggesting to go ahead and invest in the guitar ladder system, invest in $199. But a lot of times you just start to get the vision of what your playing can be. You start to get a vision of hearing your own musical ideas on a deeper level. So if you're beginning to get those hunches and that intuitive pull, that magnetic pull, just go to stevzookguitars.com and just go ahead and order the guitar ladder system. You're really going to be glad you did. I'm not steering you wrong on this one. I've really got something special here. I've worked 35, 40 years on it. I've even had some great artists like Ted Green say, yeah, those are some great studies. It really works, folks. It's also been influenced by I've got some Horace Hatchett studies in there. He actually he actually taught Howard Roberts how to play, and Howard Roberts started the GIT, which is now Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California. And Horace Hatchett, like I said, taught Howard Roberts. Howard Roberts was a great, great player and teacher. So, if you really want to take your guitar playing and composing as far as humanly possible in this lifetime, follow your hunch, don't fight it. Just go to stevzookguitars.com, order the guitar ladder system. You're going to be really, really glad that you did. $199 for thousands of dollars of information, and it's going to work. Take care.